Start this one. To Booker. Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder, so the Suns keep the possession. Josh Jackson. And count the basket inside.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Russell Westbrook with the rock. To George. Shot from the lane won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Westbrook across the timeline. Trailing by 4. That's blocked by Ariza.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Nothing going here on that drive. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound, can't go anywhere without his core.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line. Devin Booker, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 84% free throw shooter. Off the mark on the first free throw. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Jay, without question, one of the biggest moments of the NBA offseason, Paul George, he chooses the Thunder, he stays in OKC.
And how about what Paul George said? He said, it's a perfect opportunity to submit myself and bring a championship where it has never been brought. And I think him and Russ work well off each other. Playoff P wants to be Playoff P all the time. Who better to bring that out of you than the Beast Boy?
To Booker. Has a chance. Look out. Devin Booker. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You know what really fascinates me about Devin Booker? Every time I see him, I almost feel like I'm watching a movie called Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Now, when I see him off the court, he's all smiles, laid back, chill demeanor, very low-key. But when I see him on the court, it's like he finds this different person, this assassin that wants to attack you and dominate you every single time he has the ball. Now, I got a chance to overhear a story of him and his coach at the time, in Earl Watson, and he told his head coach, I'm better than Jordan. Jordan never dropped 70 at the Boston Garden. Now, we all know he's not better than Jordan, but that answer reflects his desire to be like Jordan and to be an NBA legend, and that's why he'll always succeed.
And a putback slam.
There you go, big fella.
To Booker. And the Thunder with the rebound. George. Paul George. First couple didn't go. That one is true. He's endured a major injury. He's had a change of address. But you look at Paul George, he is in the prime years of his career.
And there's no doubt about it. This entire offseason, if I were Paul George, I would think about how do I constantly channel my self-assigned alter ego. Playoff P needs to step up to the court every single day and bring that energy.
Lets it fly from long range. It was contested, but Paul George still dials in for 3.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Stepping in for the Oklahoma City
Booker.
number 9, Jeremy Grant.
To Mikal Bridges. Trying to cash in. Booker's shot, no good. Big finish at the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Nothing going here on that drive. Defense making the ball handler work. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Ed, I have a rule. If you're 6'9" or taller, I don't want to see you jelly it. I don't want to see any kind of weird spin or English on the ball. Just dunk it. Keep it simple, please.
Westbrook. Shot clock winding down. It's Westbrook. Not that time. To Booker. And finishes strong.
Tough shot. And when Devin Booker scores, he scores in bunches. It was only a couple of years ago he had that 70-point game in the Boston Garden. This kid can fill it up when he gets hot.
Not going to have it this time.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
DeAndre Ayton to Mikal Bridges.
2 minutes.
Booker sizing up Jeremy Grant. Nothing going here on that drive. A shot no good there for Booker. It's rejected by Noel. Westbrook with it. Up by 3.
No! Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Into the game for the Suns. Number 21, Rashawn.
Carmelo Anthony traded, but Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder, now on a team built to win.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is actually almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He averaged 19 points, 6.5 assists last year for the Hawks, but he is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
Here's Schroeder with it. Leads 3. George, guarded by Ryan Anderson. Has a look. George with a shot, no good. Mikal Bridges, knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder. Jeremy Grant against Anderson. To Schroeder.
In the first quarter.
Paul George. A pass stolen by Phoenix. From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
George to Schroeder. Robertson, guarded by Dragan Bender. To Paul George. Has a chance. Gets a look. Slams it home on the putback.
I mean, really? Is it really difficult to box out these days?
To Mikal Bridges. Trying to cash in. Not today. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Number 17, Dennis Schroeder.
That'll do it for the first quarter. Thunder with the lead. Jay, one quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
Crawford. The shot blocked by Grant.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Crawford, and the rebound taken in by OKC. Schroeder with the basketball. Up by 6. Has a look. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He's 2 for 2 now.
When I think about the biggest international names in the game today, Dennis Schroeder's name probably isn't the first that comes to mind. But did you know that he's one of only 3 players to ever play in the league from Germany? Detlef Schrempf, Dirk Nowitzki, and Dennis Schroeder. He is a blur with the basketball, and he will be the first or second option offensively down the court each and every possession.
Now the Suns coach gonna signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Down low, Anderson. From the painted area, won't go down. To Schroeder. Down low, George. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Booker guarded by Schroeder. Look out, Devin Booker, 4 out of 7.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Oklahoma City's got it. Schroeder. That shot turned to...
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Jay, they're lucky they get the ball back. Paul George to Schroeder. Runner's good there.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Off the mark. Well contested. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. The lead is 11. And that's rebounded by the Suns. Booker with it. He'll run the offense. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? The Thunder have the possession. Schroeder. It goes down.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Booker. Count the basket inside.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
George on the drive, but his shot misses.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Here's Schroeder with it. The lead stands at 9. George, defended by Trevor Ariza. Has a chance. The shot by George won't go down. And a nice finish at the rim. 48 wins a year ago for the Thunder. Jay, it took them a while to get to that point, but in so many ways, the Thunder had a great opportunity in the playoffs.
They did. It just seemed like something with their chemistry was a tad bit off with Carmelo Anthony. I think him not being there, him not being in Houston, them getting Andre Robertson back. He's a big-time lockdown defender on the perimeter. You surround him with youth and Hamidou Diallo, Terrence Ferguson, Alex Abrinas. This team has a chance to compete for a Western Conference Finals.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. To Jackson. Tough make through traffic.
They'll be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Westbrook. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. To Jackson. Oh, nice find for the basket.
2 points. The assist from number 20, Josh Jackson.
Russ at the controls. Probing the defense. Knocks it down from mid-range.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
The assist from number 35.
Westbrook with the basketball. Up 5. To George. Nothing going here on that drive. George to Westbrook. Driving right to the basket. Oh, Russell Westbrook. Now 3 for 9.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
Westbrook into the front court. Leads 5. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Jumper's good.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Trying to cash in. Shot misses by Bender.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Into the front court. It's Booker. Counting down toward a...
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Oh, a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions, Phoenix.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets. At his size on the wing, that's a tough matchup on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, let me tell you about why he's so great defensively. He gets up into you and forces you one way. Does not give you an option to dance with the basketball. That wingspan, that frame, that size, that strength, and that lateral quickness. Oh, there's no getting by Mr. George.
Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Booker with it. They trail by 7. Nice finish at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Paul George. The Thunder down to 4 on the shot clock. A pass stolen by Phoenix. Corner 3 at the buzzer. It's good. And it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. We've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Thunder are in a close game thus far. They decided to make a statement in the open. I think the rim is still shaky. Have a look at the leading scores for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Suns have kept it close after one half. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. These are the guys getting buckets to the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Blocks.
Very physical basketball in the first half from these squads. Lots of block shots and some great defensive intensity.
Player of the half.
Paul George most definitely deserves to be player of the half for the way he distributed the ball. It was an excellent display of court vision and solid passing.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this, except that he fits the title of this segment? He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
It's Russ at the controls. To Paul George. Has a look. It's no good. Great defense.
Cultures have communication. Great cultures have teammates that are willing to push you to limits that maybe you didn't even see that you had. But right now, there's no leader on this team. Everybody's just going their separate ways.
Westbrook. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. Shot from the lane won't go. It's rejected by Noel.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Oh, he had it. Westbrook into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. George in a matchup with Jackson. And he scores on the step back. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Suns with the basketball. Booker guarded by Robertson. Has a chance with the step back.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
Just a tic-tac foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. 4 out of 10.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Devin Booker trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Free throw is good to cap off the three-point play. And the lead is down to 3. Strong finish for Paul George.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Westbrook across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Deep two there. Won't go. Into the front court. It's Booker. The deficit now up to 5. And they call it.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Here we go.
PG lets it fly. Add 2 points to the board. We've seen Paul George's game evolve in recent years. Mixed results, Jay. How does he get back to being that elite two-way guy?
I think he needs to find a way to be aggressive. Let me bring you in and tell you what he dealt with this past year. When you're a guy who's used to having the ball in your hands, you can make more mistakes because you have more possessions. Then all of a sudden, when you play with a ball-dominant guard like Russell Westbrook, you don't have the ball as much, which means you try to make more out of less opportunity that you have. You force the action way more. Look for Paul George to be way more assertive in this game and find his rhythm by having the ball in his hands.
Thunder with the basketball. George to Westbrook. And the basket good at the rim.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
DeAndre Ayton to Booker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
First one, count it. That one won't go. One more to come.
Number 15, Ryan Anderson. Stepping in for the Oklahoma City Thunder, number 17, Dennis Schroeder.
Paul George to Schroeder. Getting dirty. Loose ball on the deck. Over and back. To Booker. To Jackson. From the painted area, won't go down. Schroeder with the basketball. 2-point advantage. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks to the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Andre Robertson at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 46%. To Crawford. Wide open look, won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Josh Jackson, tough matchup against George. Thunder with the basketball. Could not throw it down. To Jackson. Crawford. Jamal Crawford knocks it down with the hand in his face.
Today's league just throws that old school stuff out of the window. Why have twos when you can shoot threes, even on fast breaks? Guys spread out towards the three-point line instead of laying the ball easy at the rim.
Great dish to set it up. George, not that time.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
City, number 23,
for three.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Ryan Anderson picked up by Ferguson. And the rebound comes to OKC. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Up by 6. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He's now 5 for 6.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
And scores.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Crawford to Mikal Bridges. Knocked loose. Thunder have it. Missed a wide open look. Mikal Bridges. Can't connect from inside. Oh, he had him there for a second. Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Here's Schroeder with it. His team leads it by 10. Ah, the monster stuff. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Runner here won't go down. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Thunder with the lead. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. This was a one-possession game at the break, but things went south from there.
But guess what, Ed? It's always a one-possession game. That's how you need to approach each possession in basketball. You can't score and then get back in the game 30 possessions later. You do it one possession at a time.
And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Trevor Ariza at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 72%. Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. George to Schroeder. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Trevor Ariza against the elite defender Robertson. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. Oklahoma City ball. Paul George. Robertson up against Holmes. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Mikal Bridges to Crawford. Beyond the arc for 3. Not going down here. George here against Holmes. The drive right to the basket. Oh, a lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
George to Schroeder. Paul George to Schroeder. Robertson shot, no good. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Strong finish. That contact focusing on the rim.
Off the assist.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Now a whistle. And we're going to get a timeout from OKC as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
Well, you need execution in a chess match. And the best execution, I just saw the star player talk to one of the young fellas. You take those young fellas over to the side. You coach them through some of these big-time moments that happen in the fourth quarter. That's how you get your team ready for the playoffs and hopefully a chance to win a championship.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. It's Westbrook. And he drains it.
Look at that. Calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
No good. To Booker. Knocked loose. Booker matched up with Paul George. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder, so it stays with Phoenix. Time to shuffle things up. And the finish off the nice step through.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. Cruises inside for 2.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Westbrook with it. Up 5. And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
To George. He throws it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Russ at the controls. Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
Slam dunk.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
Westbrook with the basketball. Lead stands at 7.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Westbrook. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Down low for Aldridge. Scores from the post.
That's what you like. That rip through right into the shot. That's smooth.
Have to respect all elements of his game. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. It's Westbrook. Not that time. To Booker. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Booker. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Here comes the screen. Russell Westbrook, guarded by Ryan Anderson. Five on the shot clock. Shot from the lane won't go. To Booker. Westbrook.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
OKC ball. Westbrook to Paul George. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
And the finish. Jay, Euro stepping for two.
It's not a travel, Ed. You're allowed 2 steps after you pick up the ball. Now, these steps may be more east and west instead of north and south, but this is the new game that these young kids are playing.
Jay, they're so athletic. I would imagine it varies from official to official.
Or it varies from great player to great player.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Ed, this is like show and tell back in kindergarten. You show the ball, and then you tell him with the easy lay.
Going back to the pre-K days, Jay. Westbrook to George. Driving right to the basket. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
And the penalty. Into the game.
George.
Oklahoma City Thunder. Number 17, Dennis Schroeder.
To Westbrook. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. Good victory here for the Thunder as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Thunder got the win in a nail-biter. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Suns are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Paul George played the role of facilitator today. And no one is more happy than his teammates. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And here we've got the upcoming games for the Phoenix Suns. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.